The thrill of devotion is something that I've been practicing for the last couple of years, and really encourage anyone that I teach any practices to, because if you've ever worked with me, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know I love a good practice. I love to be able to record something for someone or guide them so that they can take that away and they've got them for themselves. I guess the Achilles heel of always having a practice is, number one, there is a likelihood or a bigger chance that you can get hooked on that ever tempting wheel of, you feel uncomfortable, what's a practice for that? Feel uncomfortable, what's a practice for that? Rather than learning to actually sit and just be with what comes up. That's a part of us. That's a part of our more of our masculine nature that wants to get away from the uncomfortable thing. It's like, give me a practice, give me a practice, give me a practice. So number one, all of the practices can get very addictive to actually escape and bypass your stuff. But number two, you can get caught on the practice by having this, this exchange, entitlement even from life of like, right, if I do this practice, then I get this thing. Whether this thing is like the energy or the stillness or the calm or the peace. It's like, I do the thing to get the thing. I do the thing to get the thing. It's almost like, whoring, exchange. It's like, I do this and then I get that. And I don't think we consciously mean to do it, but when you look at the energy behind your practices, just check in, like, where is it coming from? Are you doing it because therefore you're going to get X, Y, or Z? It's not necessarily a bad thing. But when I talk about devotion and the thrill of devotion, I don't know if I already said that or not, the thrill of devotion is about your dedication to the path, like your dedication to your practices, your dedication to life, almost out of respect for life itself, right? Your time where you get to connect with source or connect with creativity or innate or intelligence. That is something that it's an honor. And if you treat it like an honor and you're dedicated to your practices to honor that and to respect life and to respect source and respect intelligence and simply experience life, it's a whole different ballgame than doing it because you want to get something, because then you'll get something and then get something and get something. Does that make sense? So you can then measure your life based on your dedication to the path, right? And how dedicated you are to the path, as in you can measure your on track, off track, or your alignment or your sense of fullness will come from whether or not you're dedicated to the path out of respect and devotion to life itself, as opposed to measuring life through success and failure, black and white. So not only do you feel more fulfilled when you're coming from a place of devotion and that thrill of devotion to something that's not just you gaining something, right? So not only do you feel more full and in alignment and more energized, you don't have this sense of like measurement of yourself. You don't have this measurement of life or this constant expectation for life to give you something. So you will feel more light, more free. And the best bit is that when you're dedicated to your practices because you're devoted to your practices and you have devotion around what you're doing, you stick to them, not because you should do them, but because it comes from such a deep place of reverence for everything that is life. And there's no fixation on there and this waiting, this you don't delay your connection or your relaxation into this present moment. You don't delay your presence. You're more present there. That's an easier way to say it. You're more present with life. You enjoy life more, rather than this expectation of, I'm going to do the practice, then I'm going to feel the thing that I want to feel, rather than I'm human and I feel all of the things, and it's wild and it's colorful and it's mysterious and it's sometimes chaotic and I can't control it, and I'm okay with it, and I'm devoted to this, and I'm going to stay with this, and I'm going to stay grounded in this, I'm going to stay open with life as it is right now, and I'm going to stay devoted to the practices. What happens is you don't have excuses that come up, and so you often stay more committed, you often follow through, you build more self-trust. That self-trust cements your devotion, and you can continue to deepen your practices, and that depth is so, it's really everything. Because if you've ever heard the saying, before enlightenment chop wood carry water, after enlightenment chop wood carry water, there's never this end game. It's just, you're devoted because you're devoted. The path is there for you to experience upon. There's no, you do your practices rain, hail, or shine, basically. There's no thing that you're waiting to gain from life. In fact, you're giving thanks to it.